You're gonna be glowing by the end of this video because it is the last video in our Holy Glow Up series, which is really sad. But today we're gonna be growing through discomfort. And I know that sounds really hard because it is. But in order to become more like the Proverbs 31 woman that God has called us to be, I do think it is so important for us to regularly step out of our comfort zones and make the conscious effort to actually grow. So this week I need to complete 3 challenges. Number 1, do something that scares me. Number 2, learn 2 new skills and practice them for at least 10 minutes each. And number 3 is keeping up all of the other healthy habits that we've been building over the rest of this series. So going to the gym, we're going to be prioritizing getting some color in our meals and hitting our protein goal. Planning out our day in advance, so the night before we're going to write out our top 3 tasks that we need to get done that day. And we're also going to be reading our Proverbs 31 passage every day this week so that we can constantly be reminding ourselves of those characteristics that we're working towards building. However, if I don't do something that scares me or practice those 2 new skills for 3 consecutive days, then at the end of the video I'm gonna have to do a forfeit of 100 push-ups. I had a shoulder injury last year, so right now I could probably do about 10 push-ups in a row on a good day. But we're not going to grow if we don't step out of our comfort zone, are we? One skill I am learning at the moment is learning to drive, but I can't really film that, so I'm not going to use that as my skill for this video. But saying that, I do need to go and actually do my lesson now because it starts at 7, so I'll see you in a bit. She came, she drove, she conquered the roundabouts. Driving actually went really well today. The only mistake I made was kind of like turning the steering wheel the wrong way a little bit when I was trying to reverse park, but it was easily fixed, so that's fine. Also, very exciting, I actually managed to get a test, finally. The first main skill that I'm learning this week is actually violin. I did play violin for most of my life, but I've not really played it for the last 4, maybe even 5 years since I went to uni, and I graduated like 2 years ago. That's crazy. However, there's a bit of an issue with the whole violin because I've not played it for so long that my bow just kind of disintegrated. But praise the Lord, my sister plays the cello, so I just stole her bow. My top 3 tasks for today were: number 1, get my driving lesson done so I can take that off. Number 2 is get together all the documents I need for my tax return, which is the thing that scares me that I need to do. Because what do you mean I could accidentally commit tax fraud? Last year I procrastinated doing my tax return for 6 months, and this year we're getting close to that, so I need to stop putting it off and face my fear and actually do it. Also gonna hit legs later, but first of all, I hate to say it, but we do need to make a dent in this tax return. I often find that if I have a task that seems quite intimidating or a little bit scary to me, then I'm way more likely to procrastinate on it and push it off until the last minute. But 8 out of 10 times, the hardest part is always just getting started in the first place. So as soon as you do that, as soon as you get over the first hurdle, whatever your task is, it's going to be so much easier to just keep going after that. Okay, I think I've got all of the document side of things sorted, but this might end up being a multiple day event. For the second skill I'm learning, I was inspired by the Proverbs 31 woman making things with wool. So I decided to crochet a headband. So as you do, found a YouTube video and away we go. I have crocheted a little bit before, but usually just circular things. So a headband like this was a bit of a different skill. Let's remind ourselves of Proverbs 31, shall we? A wife of noble character who can find. She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still night, and she provides food for her family. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earning, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she can laugh at days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. After going home from the gym, showered and had dinner, I kind of forgot I was filming this video, not gonna lie. And it's getting pretty late. But today was a really good session, and one thing at the end that kind of made me smile a bit. After 200 meters of walking lunges, my legs kind of felt demolished, but it really reminded me just how blessed we are to be able to go and work out and move our bodies daily, and to be able to push ourselves in that way as well, because 200 meters of walking lunges is not an easy thing to do, and a lot of people don't even try and challenge themselves or step out of their comfort zone in that way. And even though it was painful, I kept pushing through, and at the end it felt so rewarding because I just finished the workout. I think we tend to forget that even having the ability and the opportunity to push ourselves is a blessing in itself. Even if it doesn't seem fun in the moment, you will grow from that, and having the opportunity to grow from that is so cool. So yeah, those were just kind of some thoughts off the back of today's workout, but overall today has been pretty good. Got day 1 of the 2 skills ticked off, but there's 2 more days to go, and if I don't hit my protein or practice those 2 skills, then I've got to do 100 push-ups, and I really don't want to do that. So good night, and I will see you in the morning. We have a busy day today, but since it's hair wash day, I always put some oil in my hair just because it makes it nice and soft and shiny. Didn't write down my top 3 tasks last night, so we're doing it now. And since I've got a spare 20 minutes this morning, I thought I'd get a head start on the crochet. Now, I thought following a YouTube video would make this whole process easier, but it really just confused me more. So I tried to understand it, I tried to follow along, but I'm gonna be honest, I did just end up making it up. Okay, here's what we've got. I've been doing this for roughly half an hour, so I'm gonna call it there for today. Tomorrow is the 3rd day in a row where I'll have to practice this, so hopefully I'll be able to get it done then, but I am not confident that I am not going to run out of wool. I didn't film my whole workout today, but right now I'm doing a hybrid training split, so I've got 4 or 5 days in the gym and then 1 run, but it's going to be changing as I get further and further into Hyrox training, because there is a Hyrox potentially on the horizon. Let me know if you want another full week of workouts, because I've not done one of those videos in a hot minute. But yeah, these burpees killed me, so we're definitely going to be seeing more of those. We're back on the tax return. We're going to get it done eventually. Yeah, I might have gone into this a little bit too optimistic, because I slowly realized that this was going to take a lot longer than I initially thought. But my mentality is, even working on it for 10 minutes is 10 minutes closer to finishing than you were when you started. So in my book, that is still a win. I didn't have a whole load of time to work on it either, so I did have to move on to some coaching client feedback. But that's one of my favorite parts of the job. So if you want more help on your fitness journey, then you can apply for one-to-one coaching in the description. I did not manage to play my violin yesterday because my dad was working from home, so I couldn't really make this much noise. And then I was out at a church event in the evening and I didn't get back until like 9:45, so I'm gonna have to do 100 push-ups. Previously, if I'd said I was gonna play violin for 3 days in a row and I missed the middle one, then I would just quit. However, we're not quitting here. That is not what discipline looks like, so I'm gonna play it anyway, even though I still have to do 100 push-ups. Because that's how we're gonna improve and that's how we're gonna grow. It is crazy how intentional God is, because we've been talking about growing through discomfort for this whole video, and this morning I felt led to read Romans. Oops, just pulling out my Bible. So yeah, I started reading Romans and then God hit me with this in Romans 5. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. That really reminded me of what we go through in our fitness journey, because at the start it is really hard to get into it. You're taking that massive step out of your comfort zone, and it's difficult to keep showing up, especially when you don't see results straight away. But that suffering, all of the things, the little thoughts that are holding you back, that produces perseverance. Then when you're building that perseverance produces character, because you're changing, you're growing through the discomfort, and that character produces hope. And ultimately, our hope isn't based in the results that we see on our fitness journey. Our hope is grounded in Jesus and what he's done for us, what he did for us on the cross. He died so that we could have life forever with him. Ultimately, that is our living hope. But we can see that reflected in our fitness journey in the way that we show up in the gym, or if we're learning any new skill or doing anything that we find scary or difficult, like tax return, which is still not done. So if you take anything away from this video, remember that even if things feel really, really tough and you're not sure if you're going to get through, number one, ask God for strength, because he'll always give you the strength you need. He'll be right there with you every step of the way. But number two, when you persevere through that perseverance is going to build your character, it's going to build your hope, and it's going to remind us that we're not in this journey alone. We are in it with Christ, and he has already won. God is so good. I didn't really know I was going to go down that route, but I hope that could encourage you today. We still need to complete 10 minutes of crochet, and if I don't, then that will be 200 push-ups, which I don't know if I will actually make it out of that. Today's session was my second leg day of the week, and I've been working on going heavy with my squats. I think with heavy compound lifts like squats, psychology plays such a big role, because last week I tried to do the same weight but with the red plates, and in my mind the red plates are just like the heavy plates. But this week I put on the blue plates, which would be like 60 if you didn't put any small plates on the end, but then I added the small plates so I couldn't see them, but I was still lifting the same weight. So I was lifting 70 kg, but I thought in my head it was 60, so I thought it should be lighter. So instead of getting 2.5 reps that I got last week, I actually got 6 whole reps with the same weight. I don't know if this is just me, but if you've not tried that hack, try it out and let me know if you can lift heavier. Today's the day. It is push-up day. I'm going to split this up into sets of 10, because if I don't, I think that my shoulder injury may be aggravated and I don't want to get injured again. Here's to the first 10. Hear my elbow crack. Okay, that was not too bad, but I do think that it will get harder and harder as the day goes on. I decided to make a push-up tally so I remember which number I'm on, because it would be pretty tragic if I forgot. Okay, so we can officially take off our 3 days of learning new skills. But to properly wrap it up, here is the headband I crochet. I will admit it is a little bit squint, but I took some creative freedom with the pattern, okay? I love the colour though, and I think as it starts to get cooler, then I might actually wear this, so you might see it in future videos, but only if you subscribe. Please subscribe. Set 2 of 10 push-ups. It was at this point where I realised 100 push-ups is actually quite a lot. But I'm not going to sit here and bore you, so let's speedrun this.
Wake up early in the morning, and when I come home at night, everything is covered in darkness, and the sun is out of sight.
Since it's rest day today, I thought I might as well go for a little walk and do my push-ups while I was at it. But look at that view. Just take that in. And then we're back at it. I feel like we need some dramatic music for the final set. I was feeling the fatigue start to build up, and my shoulder was not quite as happy as I would have liked. But do we quit? No, we do not. And that is 100 push-ups complete. Well, this is not the way that I expected to end this video, but I hope you've enjoyed our Holy Glow Up series. If you've not seen the rest of the videos in this series, check out this playlist next and subscribe to join the fam. There's going to be so many more great videos coming up. Let me know also what you want to see in future content in the comments, because I always love creating content that you actually want to see. So yeah, love you so much, and I'll see you over there. Bye.